help me on this one. You know the words to this song, so as Tim plays, I'd like each of us to relax, to gently let our eyes close, our feet firmly planted on a key, on Mother Earth. And just let your mind relax. Let it go where it wants to go. And just concentrate on your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. If your mind starts to chatter, just go back, concentrate on your breath, in and out. As we come back to the here and to the now, we come back to this beautiful sanctuary. Wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. And come back. And today my talk is Imagine Gratitude and Peace. So the first thing I want to do is I'd like to show the next slide. Oh. So if you haven't been around, you've missed something, I just want you to know. And we have enjoyed our 75th, 3 weeks of 75th celebrations. So I'm on year 76 now, okay? I just want to tell you, I did 3 weeks of 75, and then we got the commendation from the city. And this is, this is the prayer chaplains. I want to first recognize the prayer chaplains for the Pancake Breakfast fundraiser. We raised over $1,000 for the church. So, Casey, who's my business partner, told me to tell Romy that those were the best pancakes he ever had. And the baskets for the raffle and the jewelry that Nancy bought for the raffle and the 3 kinds of bacon were very much appreciated by all of us. So there are our prayer chaplains in that corner, but you can kind of see some of the other pictures from around. And then I want to save photographs for by Vicki Toller. Thank you, Vicki. So you're going to see some beautiful pictures up here. Go to the next slide. So standing right here in this picture is our Board of Trustees. And we need to be thankful for the Board of Trustees because the Board of Trustees allowed us extra money so that we could have white chocolate martini band, and that we could have, a star that was here during the Beatles talk, and Ken and I were both here. So the board had to actually allocate some extra funds for that. So let's give the board a big hand. Our board of trustees. So, prayer chaplains, some of these names might sound the same. Prayer chaplains are Romy, Carol Ann, Jan, and Nancy, and myself. Did I miss anybody? And board members are Manuela and Romy and Nancy and Jane, and Carol Ann just came off the board, and myself. So give a big hand for the board of trustees. Let's go one more so you can see some more pictures. Aren't those beautiful pictures? Didn't Vicki do a beautiful job? So these are some pictures of the first week. I just love some of these. I love the ones of the stones. I'm gonna use that one in slides coming up, because those are just so beautiful. And one more time. You see Teresa? Teresa back there, who records everything.
Yes, Teresa.
And Annette, who comes early with me, and she sets up the kitchen every week, and she's our greeter. I love that picture of Nancy and Jan. Go back to that one. Did you see that one in the middle? You guys look like you guys are just coming up with something devious. Don't they? They look like, oh yeah, they're troublemakers, ready to go. I love troublemakers on the prayer chaplain team. Okay, go to the next one. And you see our 75th, and there's a great picture of Patty and Fran. There's a great picture of the guys. And there's one of Romy and Nancy. You must have gotten into every picture. And there's a beautiful picture of Jane there. And go ahead one more time. And there's a nice one of Teresa and Patty Santa Cruz. And there's one of everybody, and Robin, our friend Robin, with our girl Sarah, who does everything here. So a big hand for Sarah and Robin. And just if you see any of these people in the back, make sure you say thank you, because this is not the Church of Carol. So I've said my thank yous to all of them, but this is all your church. So everyone needs to just individually acknowledge these wonderful people, and Vicki that took pictures, okay? Yes. So yay. So it's the first week in November, and this month we're going to concentrate on gratitude, whether we like it or not. We are all election weary. Tired of the pushing and pulling from both sides. We're weary of the endless commercials, the news bites, and the mean, let's just say mean, Facebook posts. Good friends who have known each other for 30 plus years, going to lunch and finding out where the other one stands, and shocked that they don't think the same way that you do. And just not understanding how this person who you love so dearly could get it so wrong. That was me last week with two of my old friends. I was shocked and I was judgmental on one of my dearest and oldest friends. At the first moment, I missed the mark. That's what we call sin in this church. Sin is missing the mark. And I missed the mark. But I rebounded. When I removed the wrongness of how she was voting and listened to her, what I heard her talking about was being scared for our country. And that is the field that I could meet her on, because I too am scared for our country. it's a little scary out there. And I'm weary from the whole feeling of having to defend one side or the other. So I just stopped. We are a seemingly divided country, red and blue, Democrat and Republican, and there's some independents sprinkled in. Do you remember September 12th? After that horrific attack on September 11th that happened? On September 11th, when the planes went into the World Trade Center and the planes went down and our country was being attacked, September 12th, we were all Americans. Who would have thought that all these years later, I could look back on September 12th and yearn for that feeling of allness, of all Americans. Did I ever think that that feeling would even come up as something I would want to look back on? No, I did not. But I do today. I want that feeling. So I've asked myself this past month, is that what it takes to get us together again? For us, mostly here in California, we voted by now, or we will vote shortly. And so this week, the votes will have been cast. No right, no wrong. And we just need to get through this time. Today, and throughout this week, I invite you to stand in silence. Silence is very underrated. Standing in silence is a wonderful way to stand up for what you believe while not judging others. It's a way for you to be clear in Matthew 5:37. Simply let your yeses be yes and your noes be no. We sang Imagine as a song this morning because I thought it was so appropriate for right now. We teach spirituality here. We teach consciousness here. We teach conscious neutrality. We teach that peace begins with us here. We teach that spirit can rise above the horrible humanness of time and space. And I ask you now, for this week and ahead of us all, can you imagine no race, no religion, no gender, no party, no side to promote or defend? I can, and I will. I will consciously step into being a child of the universe, a citizen of the universe. I first learned about that world when I heard John Lennon sing that song for the first time. The song is timeless. Imagine there's no heaven. Even better, imagine heaven is right now, right where we all are, and right where God is. This very minute, if you think of things that you're grateful for, you can experience heaven. Heaven's not a place you go if you were good after your body dies. Heaven is a consciousness. The revealing word tells us that heaven is the Christ consciousness. Heaven is the realm of divine mind, a state of consciousness in harmony with thoughts of God. Heaven is everywhere present. It is orderly and lawful adjustment of God's kingdom in man's mind, body, and affairs. Hear that, our mind, our body, and all our affairs. Let's stop for a moment and think of someone that you really love. In your mind's eye, I want you to think of someone that you really, really love. I already know who mine is. In your mind's eye, hug that person. Hold that person. Close your eyes and hug and hold them. Just for a second. Feel that love. That is your personal heaven. Now imagine your heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. It occurs to me that if we impose heaven or hell for either side, we impose a duality that is not in accordance of our oneness. There is only good in oneness. Above us, there's only sky. So today when we go out here, look up at that sky. Look up at that sky. We all look up at that same beautiful sky. That is oneness. Your sky is our sky and is God's sky. I used to think that God lived in the sky. And I was right. I was a smart kid. Because God lives everywhere and in everything. Your sky, our sky, God's oneness sky. Can you imagine no race? Can you imagine no religion? No gender, no party? I can. My friends, we are stardust. We are magic. I want to say we are golden.
Yes.
Come on, you thought about it. We are golden. We are magic. We are light and love with extra sprinkles of delight and joy. Imagine all the people living for today. I invite you all, do not live in yesterday with regrets and memories. Living for yesterday gives you an excuse to not be present to the now today. Living for the future robs you of your today. For usually when we think about the future, we're a little bit anxious about it. But what if? Imagine all the people, you are all the people living for today. Living your perfect life. And yes, my friends, we have challenges. But what is in your power to do today is to express love and joy. What can you do? Even if it's just to stand in your integrity. What can you do? Just stand in your integrity and your authenticity and experience and claim your good. Imagine there's no countries. No China to be mad at, fill in the blank. No Italy to go visit. No good places or bad places, just places. No wars for oil or power, and no separation from each other. John Lennon says it isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. In a recent class, I found a quote from Charles Fillmore about Jesus' Christianity. The text was called Talks on Truth. The pure doctrine of Jesus Christ has never been popular with those who like formality and rites in religion. It goes on to say that the disciples of Jesus were from the ranks of the common people, unlearned in the lore of the scribes and without reputation, religiously or otherwise. They in turn became filled with the Holy Spirit and did unusual works in healing and teaching. Yet their converts were not largely from Orthodox circles. It was the common people who gladly heard them and their master teacher, Jesus. No bricks and mortar, no rites or rituals, well, maybe one. In Jesus' teaching, there is one commandment that stands above them all. Love. Love is the religion that I believe in. Love is the God that I behold. Love lives in and through me as me. You know, a second grade teacher gave an assignment to her class for the students to bring an item from home that represented their religious background. She wanted to teach the kids about diversity in the world and worshiping God. At show and tell time, they began to share what their particular item meant from their faith. The Catholic child brought some rosary beads and shared with the class how they're used in prayer. There's a Native American child who brought a dream catcher, and he told the class how to place the dream catcher above their head at night to capture their dreams. It would filter out the bad ones and hold the good dreams in their memory. A Jewish child brought a candle and shared how it was used to celebrate Hanukkah. One kid pulled some food out of his bag and he said, "I'm Southern Baptist and I bought a chicken casserole." Children. Imagine all the children, all people, living life in peace. Today I want you to join me in these callback affirmations of peace. So I'll say the affirmation and you say it after me. I am peace.
I am peace.
Peace follows me and is with me all day.
Peace follows me and is with me all day.
I am covered in peace.
I
am covered in peace. My mind is at peace.
My mind is at peace.
I am at peace with life.
I am at peace with life.
I am at peace with myself.
I am at peace with myself.
I am at peace with all others.
I am at peace with all others.
I am at peace with the universe.
I am at peace with the universe.
I am at peace with everything and everyone.
I am at peace with everything and everyone.
I am free from all anxiety and worry.
I am free from all anxiety and worry.
I am love.
I am love.
Let's rest in that for a minute. All people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Our daily word talked today about seasons, and we're definitely in a season. But we move through this season and the next season and the next and the next. The Christ presence, the divine light within me, is my unfailing source of strength and understanding and comfort in every season of life. Unity's first principle is oneness. And the second principle is seeing that oneness in everyone and everything. This week, we're asked to practice our principles. Me first. To practice our principles. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. November is traditionally a month for gratitude, and one thing I'm most grateful for is Unity teachings. The song Imagine goes on to say, there is no need for greed or hunger. Perhaps it's time for us to start bringing in our gift cards for food. And then, during Thanksgiving and during Christmas, we can give them out again. Would you like to join me in that practice?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I love that practice here. It is unique to our church, but I've told other churches about it. I just want you to know. So now other churches might be doing it. When we give them out to people in need during the Thanksgiving weekend. Thanksgiving, see what I did there? We are a brotherhood and a sisterhood of man and woman. As we are grateful for this month, what can we do for our brother and sister? We're not limited, so find that one thing you can do for someone in your universe. Just look around, your brothers and sisters are all around you. They could be related to you or not, but I invite you to also do a good deed. Commit to being part of the good. If you have enough tonight, think about those who don't, and think about the fact that there is no need in our country, as wealthy as we are, for greed or for hunger. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Can we share our neighborhood with each other? Can we share our city with our neighbors? Can we share our state with each other? And can we share our country with those who may or may not agree with us? No matter who wins this week, this is our work to do. And we all have much work to do with each other, with love. Share the world with all those who inhabit it, and I ask you again to imagine no race, no religion, no gender, no party. You may say, I'm a dreamer. I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. This week, just stand, take a moment and just be in your own authentic, individualized expression of God and the world. Pray for peace, and don't be afraid to imagine. Be grateful and be peaceful. God bless you. God bless our neighbors. God bless America. Tim's going to do a special song for us now. Thank you.